Shoot, you got me nervous.
Evan over here sweating. Look at Evan. You need a wristband, dog.
It's Tabasco.
Shoot, yeah.
I thought my freshman year we were playing Baylor in the Sweet 16. I'm on the court and it was like, "Yo, hey Arnold," you know that.
All right, what's up, everybody? Thanks for watching. We are the Changeover podcast. This is the weekly grind. We're back in Florida for a little bit of a training block. Just want to say to everybody watching, thank you for liking and sharing. We've had a lot of, traction on Instagram in the last week or two. So just want to say thanks for that. And also, if it's easier for you guys to check out our podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcast, we're there as well. So feel free to check us out there. That's about it. Let's get started. Zeke and Evan. Also, before we get going, these boys are about to share a mic because we have a little bit of a technical issue. So
Test.
Give me the mic.
We're tennis players. We're not, full-time producers. Yeah, but we're working on it. We're getting better. So I guess we can start with Evan since the mic is in his direction. Why don't you catch up? Tell us how it's been the last, I don't know, what's it been, a month, 2 months since we last seen you?
Yeah, I've just been I've been mostly on the road playing tournaments. I just got back from Puerto Rico like 2 weeks ago. It was super hot there. We played Tyler. We played Tyler and then Little Rock before that. They went all right. I mean, I thought I played well. The results are okay. I would like better, but I think I'm going in the right direction, so I just try and keep at that for now.
And you trained here last week, right?
Yeah, I was here last week to train.
So last week, this week, and then back on the road for some more challenges.
Yeah, I leave probably on Saturday or something, Friday, Saturday for Bloomfield Hills. It's in Michigan.
Why you make the face like you're not excited to go to Michigan?
Nah, I like Michigan. Shout out, go blue. I like Michigan. What about you, Zeke?
I don't even, thinking back 2 months, I'm trying to think about, man, the last week. I'm trying to refresh the memory bank here. So I was last with you guys, was that about
Mexico.
A month and some, how long ago was that?
Yeah, probably like a month and a half.
A month and a half, yeah. My trip there ended well. Won a 15K there, and then I played 3 tournaments since then. Yeah, these guys, come on, man. Acting like I'm picking up slam trophies left and right, man.
They might as well be.
I wish it was. But I played 3 tournaments since then. I played in Tyler. Evan was there. I would think I was there for about 27 hours. It was maybe
short trip.
The world's fastest trip to a tennis tournament. I was in and out. I was very efficient in Tyler. I did not last very long there. Tough week there, and then I was back home in Tulsa training a little bit before I went to Wichita, Kansas. Great place.
That's where Sheehy was supposed to go when he messed up his sign-in.
There you go. Sheehy was supposed to be there. We were actually like talking about maybe traveling together, and then he messed up the sign-ups, and then ended up joining you guys out in Cali. So I played there, little second round exit there, and then I played a 25K back home in Tulsa. So the hometown hero was supposed to show out at the hometown event. And took home the good old double crown, the first round singles and doubles.
Dubs
exit.
too?
Oh yeah. Freddie and I went out first round of dubs too. So it was not
challenging few tournaments.
Yeah, it was not the hometown tournament that I was wishing to have, but it's the way it goes. And now I'm back here with the boys, man.
In the beautiful Sunshine State.
We're in the Sunshine State. I'm sure you can tell by my crazy burn I got going on right now. The Oklahoma boys not used to the Florida sun, but we're here now training with the boys. We're in the studio. It's been a great last couple days, and I'm gonna enjoy another couple days training with you guys.
That's
and
what
then
I was gonna ask.
Then we hit the road again.
How was the so far the training? How's it been for you?
Great. It's honestly, it's like, to me, it feels like kind of like a preseason type of training. Like, it's super hot, super physical. We've been going 2 sessions a day. At the end of the day, you're toast. Like, you're not even like thinking about maybe a fitness session or something. No, dude, you're not moving. Beggy's got us like
You gotta survive.
So you're trying to make it through the 2 sessions of tennis, which I'm totally okay with because I haven't been super happy with the form the last couple tournaments. So I feel like I'm okay with that. Put in some good work, and I feel like that's only going to prepare us well going into the next round of tournaments. So.
For sure.
I find tennis is so, maybe it's life in general, is so strange. It's like, I don't know. You had great results there in Mexico and earlier in Trinidad. And I'm sure on some level you feel like, okay, I finally like figured it out. Like I was struggling before.
Yeah.
I get through this. I win a tournament. I'm going deep in these draws now. And then out of nowhere, it's like 3 quick tournaments. Right. Like you feel like I lost it again.
Yeah.
So I was like, kind of with me too. I feel like I started this year well after my last injury in the end of the year. Felt like, okay, started to make some results. Got hurt again. But I think it's so important. You have to like, I guess the word in my mind is humility. You have to be willing to sometimes take a step back and then go through the hard times again and face it with the same kind of, I don't know, it's like a concept they call like beginner's mind where like, even though you may have accomplished something before, doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get the same thing again. Right. So you have to approach it like, okay, I'm going to just go through this again, give my full effort. I feel like it's a never-ending journey. Like you always think you get somewhere, but it's never really there.
It sounds like what Josh described when he won Sham. Like he won his first title in Sham, and then he came to Trinidad and played Drew. That's kind of how that sounds. Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, a quote came to mind. Was it train like you've never won and then compete like you've never lost or something like that? Okay. That came to mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
But if you think about it, we're in June. It's the end of June already. It's been like so fast. The season has been going so fast. We've played lots of tournaments.
You were saying, was that you that was saying that? It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're already halfway through the year.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, I feel like we just started the season, but we're more than halfway. If the off season's like December, we're a little past halfway, I guess.
That's how I feel too. So you can't like, I don't know, like Beggy, you would talk to me in the past about like managing the momentum of a match. But like if you zoom out a little bit, you also have to manage the momentum of the whole season too, because like it's the end of June already. We've already played half the season, you know. So
but how hard is that though? Like to when things aren't going well, to like trust that things are gonna get better. Like how brutal is that?
So easy to zoom in on what's happening
what's
right
going
now.
on right now. Like, oh, things are not going well right now. Like I don't know if things are gonna turn. Like that's
you never know if it's gonna turn.
You don't know. Like you never know when your time will come for it to switch on, and you bet on that. But that's the hardest thing I think about what we do.
Yeah, it's like you gotta face yourself every time. It's like I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and I think the word that came to me was humble. Like you have to be willing to know, okay, like I'm not. Even though let's say I got so far, I still have to start from the first round, the next tournament again. Yeah. Like you don't just because you're feeling good and playing well doesn't mean you start the tournament in the semis. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just 22 cents. I don't know.
It's a good 2 cents.
Yeah,
good. It's great 2 cents. Okay.
Should we get into the first topic?
Let's do it.
Let's start with I guess you, Justin. So the question is, do you think it was beneficial for you to play college tennis? So I guess this question is from the perspective of someone who is 15, 16, 17, thinking about like what to do with their tennis if they would, let's say they're very good and they want to consider playing professional tennis or playing in college, or even people further down the rankings and who don't really have aspirations of playing professional tennis. Maybe you can give that perspective as well.
I think for young players, I think college tennis is very good. It's as you can see, guys who are the top of college tennis end up being good professional tennis players. Like you have Ben Shelton, Mackie McDonald, Cam Norrie, you had Isner, and countless other names. Now, I think over the last 10, 15, 20 years, the game's gotten a lot more physical. So I think that time in school, really getting into the fitness and lifting and playing with, I guess, older teammates and just kind of learning from the guys around you, you develop a lot. And you also have the freedom to play a lot of pro tournaments in the fall and in the summer. So you can actually improve your ranking while you're still in school. So I don't think you necessarily lose out if you end up at a good program. But you also can go somewhere where you might get off track and be led astray, or maybe the environment's not good to improve. So I think you have to be smart about where you go and who you put yourself around. But if you're in a good situation, I think really can only benefit you, and you don't have to stay all 4 years. If you feel like, okay, I don't know, played high in the lineup and I've won NCAAs or I've gone deep in these tournaments, and you feel like you have a real shot, especially when you go into summers and you see yourself doing well in futures and challengers. If you feel like you want to go, you have that right. So I don't think there's really a downside to going to school, in my opinion.
And how about NIL now too? Like,
and you can make money.
These
Yeah.
guys can make.
And
You can walk away.
program too.
Accelerator program. You have guys.
That's
Challenger wild cards.
Yeah.
And you can make. You guys.
actually
you
might
have
be
the
a-
opportunity to
yeah.
make some serious coin while you're in school to then set up yourself better and to have a little bit of a nest egg to start your professional career.
For
It's
sure.
huge.
And
It's
if you
huge.
weren't quite one of those, I guess, top juniors who maybe gets in that accelerated program right away from juniors, maybe you can go to school, develop 2, 3, 4 years there. Maybe you finish in the top. I don't know. Maybe all Americans get it. I don't know what the rule is on it.
Yeah.
But maybe you can finish in the top, whatever, in college, and you can actually get those 8 wild cards into the challengers and beyond. And I think it can't really hurt if you aren't 16, 17 years old and like winning a bunch of futures and going deep in challengers, and you don't feel like necessarily you are ready to be at the top of the game. Then I don't see a downside.
Yeah,
And also for guys who, let's say, turn pro for like a year or something, and they don't feel like they're going that far, it's usually teams where you pick up some guys with good experience and good points. So I don't really see the downside. And
I
for
feel
me,
like
it was
across
good.
the board, there's no downside.
Yeah.
Like even guys further down the rankings that don't have aspirations of playing professional tennis, like the experience of playing Division 1. Okay, maybe you're not gonna be playing for UCLA versus USC and one, like you know what I mean, these kind of rivalries. But like and I played Division 1 where my school was a small school, and I played other small schools, and maybe you don't have that many people watching, but the intensity is just as high, if not higher, with each other, screaming, shouting, saying crazy things. Like,
And
the experience is so fun playing matches in college.
It's different, but you learn to deal with a different kind of pressure too in college, I feel. Like sometimes you end up, I don't know, the score is 2-3 or it's 3-3, it's tied up, you're the last match on. Like the whole team depends on you. Like you feel the weight of it. It's a little different than playing in the future and you in a third set.
And everyone's going to
different.
experience that, from, like I said, the UCLA guys to the small schools.
It doesn't
Division
matter,
2,
yeah.
Division 3.
If
Like
you
I
play-
played
yeah.
Division 3 schools, like players in tournaments. Like, to me, it's the experience is pretty similar. Like maybe you don't get spoiled from the tennis aspect of it, like the professional like program or whatever, but at the end of the day, you get a scholarship to go and play professional tennis. You're going to be with your team who you train with every day. So to me, there's no real downside to playing tennis in school.
You get tougher in college for sure. I mean, you got to compete for a spot in the lineup, first of all. And then when you're out there, it gets chippy. The crowd can be rough sometimes. I remember when I had the high top in my freshman year.
High top.
I had the high top my freshman year. We were playing Baylor in the Sweet 16. And Baylor was brutal, dog. Like they had, I want to say like 1,000 fans out. I'm on the court, and it was like, yo, hey Arnold, you know that. But you gotta try to stay focused out there. But and I had like, maybe I played against Georgia one of my years. I had these like 6 drunk frat guys behind. Every time I had to pick up a ball, talking bad to me. Before the match, they were commenting on my Instagram.
So, but that's
Like,
fun though. That's
no,
so fun.
I loved it, but it was like, it's a different kind of thing that doesn't really happen to you when you're playing pro events. It
Yeah,
doesn't
I was
really happen.
playing Dayton, and I think some of the guys watching was like the soccer team, and they got kicked out of the match because of some of the stuff they
It
were
was so
saying.
funny, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my experience was probably a little bit different than your boys' experience in school.
And I feel like the NCAA champ over here, the UCLA doubles NCAA champ. I'm sure he's got something to say about his time playing college tennis, his experience. I mean, I've known Evan forever, and he's been just this quiet kind of he's just been an assassin on the tennis court. Like, just doesn't say much, and he's just kicking up on people all the time. And then I think college tennis allowed, I mean, geez, this is me talking like about him as a friend, like allowed him time to like express himself a little bit more. And
Did you know him before?
yeah,
school?
I've known Evan forever. We
So you
played
think-
against each other first time like
So you think his
12s, man. Like, and I felt like after, okay, I saw him and Evan was an unbelievable junior. Like, winning, killing Taylor Fritz in 14's clay courts final, beating him like a drum. Was that
Clip
semis or?
Clip it.
Yeah, was that
Semis. I think it was semis.
yeah. I mean, so this is a guy who's he was kicking up on top. Yeah. I mean, come on, Taylor. He might still have nightmares of that match. This guy didn't miss a ball. I mean, just kicking up on everyone. I mean, geez, taking names, taking souls. He was doing it all, but just in a very methodical way. He just went about his business, did his thing, and then after seeing him. And I'm watching him play these huge college matches, letting out these crazy commands. It's
who is that?
But the thing is
this the same cat that
when he lets go to commands, it looks a little personal.
It is, dude. He's he's I've been holding this in for a long time. I'm here now. I think college tennis for this cat was unbelievable.
Would you agree?
And,
Shoot, you got me nervous.
Evan over here sweating. Look at Evan. You need a wristband, dog. A towel.
it's Tabasco.
Shoot, yeah. No, what Zeke said, I totally agree with. I was homeschooled too. A lot of tennis players are homeschooled, but I was homeschooled in high school as well. So yeah, and I was pretty quiet. Still am pretty quiet, but yeah, college for sure gave me time to really grow into myself physically as well as mentally and emotionally and my personality and being more expressive on the court and stuff, which is hopefully only in a positive way and never in a negative way.
I think underrated too about college is the social aspect and the school aspect. I don't know, as a junior, my life was just tennis. And I don't think I was very, I don't know, antisocial might be strong, but I wasn't.
You don't like new people?
Yeah. So I think college forces you to kind of be in a different environment where you have to interact with more people. You learn different situations. Maybe you go out some, you experience new things. And at the same time, you have to manage school. And I wouldn't say school is difficult, but there are tasks you have to get done. So you learn time management. Whereas before me as a junior, maybe things were taken care of for you a little bit more. So I think college is a great whatever it is for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to develop as a man or as a young lady to just become your own person and kind of learn who you really are. I think it's a great thing for most people, for most situations. To be honest.
I think even the tennis aspect of it, you see now. We would play the summer tournaments or even would play someone fresh out of school. And from their perspective, they're probably toning down the I guess the aggressiveness and actions or whatever that they would have experienced all season long. Yeah. But then from the futures and challenges players, we're why is this man
acting like this?
Screaming, why is this man shouting, And he's toning it down and we're what's going on? It's it also gives you thick skin, I think.
Oh, for sure. You get a little, not soft, but it becomes odd when those things start happening to you on the pro tour because you play mostly guys who are only out there. Yeah. And then you get this college guy come in and he's fist pumping up to every point and he's in your face a little bit. It's it's a shock. But I think
because on one hand you want to just play tennis and win.
Yeah, I just want to play tennis, and keep it. Yeah.
But we know there's more going on besides just playing tennis. A lot of gamesmanship and momentum, and at the end of the day, everyone wants it bad. So
you have to embrace it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But how was your time in college? I think we three would have had more similar experiences in college than you would have.
Yeah, I have stories.
Yeah, I one story I definitely want to hear.
Which is the one you want to hear?
Well,
I don't know if you guys.
There's so many.
Maybe Evan has heard this.
I don't think. Wait, which one is this one?
I don't think you've heard it.
I don't think I have.
Which one?
Tell a double header. But
okay.
First of all, though, just to set the scene, I don't know how you guys your dinners were in college, on the road.
Okay, yeah.
For us, it was I don't know, Olive Garden, these nice chains where we can spend
Outbacks,
Outbacks. Yeah. So we would spend maybe $20, $25 each, and we could get a nice meal, and it wasn't it wasn't stress for us at dinner. Like we could have a little bit of fun. Might go PF Chang's, might go, if we're in a nice city, we might go somewhere.
A good win.
A good win, you might go somewhere nice. You win conference, you might go Texas de Brazil, get some steaks.
Get an extra appetizer.
Not hill, man. Come on.
You get a little dessert, you know what I mean? Like, you could live it up a little bit in school. And then even sometimes, like during the week at school, they would give us the P card and we could go one night and just get like a nice team meal.
You're talking crazy.
You know what I mean? So like,
I don't know what you mean.
So college for us, I believe probably would have been a little bit, it was a fun time on the road. Like it wasn't very stressful when it came to
wasn't a
dinner.
grind.
Yeah. Like we stayed in nice hotels, like DoubleTree,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Some weeks I had my own room if like there was if there was an odd number.
Sometimes we shared beds.
Now talk to me.
Team bonding, man.
Talk to me about Burger King and being mindful of what you eat at Burger King. That's what I want to hear.
So I don't know if everyone watching knows. So these guys went to like big D1 programs where they're like, I think for the most part everyone's like top 20, top 30 in college. I went to a small mid-major school, so the funding in my tennis program is not necessarily the same as these boys, but.
Like we had our rackets strung for us,
No, we're stringing our rackets. We're lining up.
Stringing your own rackets?
Evan, we are telling each other in the group chat the day before we travel. I got 3 to 3:30. You got 3:30 to 4. And then we're just sitting there waiting.
and you better be on time too.
Yeah, and then you have the guy who like can't string. He takes 4 hours. Like, all right, I got 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. I can learn how to
You have to
string.
imagine the freshman that just dropped in there, not taught to string, just dropped in here like, yo, figure this out. And now, if you walk into, and our coach's office was like next to all the other offices, like for the other coaches. So we'll be walking and you see like one of the freshmen has like string lined up out the door around the corner because he's trying to like,
Freshman, man. That's such a freshman move.
so funny. But yeah, I think the Burger King story was just, that's a small one. That was just we were in New York on the
That's
way.
light. I couldn't
light
imagine
one.
working on the road. I couldn't imagine it.
some light.
That's a light one. I think
What was the budget that night?
It wasn't about budget. It was about the budget was small, but it wasn't about budget. It was about, I think we're
Character
on
building.
we're on our way to play a school in New York somewhere, and I guess on the way we're supposed to stop and get food on the way. But then now we're close by and there's nothing else to eat but Burger King.
You guys are driving?
We're driving,
Alright.
and we get close by. We walk
CLA taking the PJ. Dude.
We flew.
Yeah, we didn't fly often. But we walk into Burger King, coach goes, use good judgment.
All right, bro.
Because of my health or the money or what?
But the funny story,
Whoppers.
is the double header one. So I actually looked on it yesterday to see what the times. What was it? 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
I think.
2 p.m.
2
match
p.m.
and a
and
4
4
p.m. match.
Away. No, away.
I mean,
Away.
I don't care if you're that
In
much
Tennessee,
worse or better than the team.
And
It's
2 different
2 hours.
schools. 2 different schools.
Oh, good.
How far apart?
3
I
hours.
don't remember how far apart it was.
You told me it was like a 45-minute drive.
Not at the
least,
same
I don't
site?
remember. I don't
45-minute drive.
No.
Match starts at
No,
2.
hold
Match at 4.
Hold on. This is the best part. So we're playing. What was it? Tennessee State, right? We get there for the 2 o'clock match. It's the guys and girls in the same bus. So the guys play first. We're supposed to go.
You have one coach for 2 teams.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
one coach, 2 teams. Yeah, one coach. So we go. The men play. The men finish. So now we are supposed to take the bus while the girls play. We're supposed to take the bus with the assistant coach, I guess, to the other school.
Yeah.
But coach, I think our one at the time, I was playing like 3 or 4, maybe that year, maybe 3, I don't know. But our one was very good, but he lost that day, and I think coach was upset at him. So coach was in a bad mood and said, no, the guys have to wait. So now we waited. So we played our match. We waited for the girls to be done, and then
this had to have been after 4 p.m.
Bro.
After 4 p.m.
bro, I don't know how it happened, but we got to the second place at like 9 p.m.
Yeah, I mean,
No, but when we walk into the other school,
they're ready. They're ready.
you just see like 2 or 3 parents on the side just furious, and the 3 courts, the doubles courts, and they're all waiting for us to play. The ball's on the court. We don't have any warm up. We were sleeping in the bus,
No.
so we like we're all asleep in the bus.
And the Norsemen just pull up. the Norse.
5 hours late.
Yo, it was so late. We are
we're here.
crazy late, and we like the
Here.
lights come on, and we have to get up from sleep. You know those kind of sleeps where like you're sleeping and then there's bright light in your face, like get up, walk straight on the court, no warm up, boom, right into the match. I think we left,
college. There's no warm up. You just start playing the match.
and I think the guy who played 6, my roommate, broke his foot in the first match. So
he's out there like,
but you didn't know it's broken. So he's limping in to the second facility to come support the boys. And then I guess as it sets in, like it gets worse and worse. And he can't limp out. So now we have to help him out the facility at like 1 a.m.
You told me the hotel was an hour and a half from the match.
I don't remember. It was, but I do
Traumatic experiences.
like, dog, we're bringing up a
I
rough
do remember
time,
that we
bro.
ate pizza and we left the facility at like 1 a.m. No joke. No joke.
That's one of the crazier college tennis stories I think of.
How do you have a double header?
I mean, the scheduling is
45
not
minutes apart.
ideal. Yeah.
2 and 4 makes no sense. You had no chance to be in time for the match anyway.
An
It's
average,
impossible.
Average singles match is like an hour and a half long.
And probably they didn't even have 6 courts, so you got to go like 4 matches go on. And
Yeah,
the
I
other
think with
2
the second
go on.
match we need a TBA, time TBA. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
but,
wild.
But we have
Crazy.
there are a bunch of stories from my school, just different experience than y'all.
But we had some other grinds even on tour. Remember how we were set up last year in Naples?
Yeah, Naples, we were at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inn, 4 guys, 2 beds.
Booking one at a time.
All right, and let's
Booking one at a time.
and let's break it down. Let's break down who was where, how the tournament was going, because I know this story. I wasn't at the RRI,
first night
tell
we drive
the
up.
people where we were situated.
First night we drive up, it's me, Jody, and Darian. So we get a room at, what's the other place called? I can't remember. Some motel.
Yeah, some.
And well, me and Jody take separate
Why
beds.
do they host tournaments in Naples
At that time,
at that time of the year when it's $1 million a night?
Because it makes sense.
And the tournament
People who make
hotel,
no money, let's just destroy them. Let's weed them out.
and the tournament hotel is sold out. There's no space in the tournament hotel.
Yeah.
Weed them out, man.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
It was me and Jody have our own beds in the room, and Darian sleeps on like a towel and with a pillow
Dude, this is
on
a
the
guy
floor, comfortable.
who's played on Arthur Ashe.
Yeah,
like,
he's been
huge-
105 in the world.
105 in the
like,
world, and he's sleeping on a towel.
Yeah.
Come on. RRI.
So we tried to extend the night there, but they're booked out. Even the motel is booked out. So okay, let's pack stuff, put in the car, try to win a match, and then see if we need to stay another night. So
I lost first round cues.
God, I hope we lose.
So then probably main draw time comes around and we play doubles together. So you're staying, maybe lost in qualies.
Okay.
Evan is there now. So now we need a place to stay. I want to say one night we stayed at a Best Western and there was 2 beds. It was
I slept
me.
on the floor
You slept on the floor because I think you lost singles already.
for $58.
He still had to pay.
It's an expensive floor, brother.
So I think me and Darren had a bed. Evan had like the pull-out couch bed,
Yeah.
and then Jody had the floor. Maybe a bed sheet and a couple pillows.
No, Jody was on the
was on the
sofa
couch pillows,
cushions.
yeah.
He took the cushions off on the ground and he slept
I
on
think
the
I have a
cushions.
picture. Actually, I can probably we'll have the picture.
You paid an
up.
extra 20 for the cushions.
But the worst thing is, the next day, Evan and I both win, so we're playing each other in the quarters, right? But we have a debate, like, dog, do we drive home?
This is what, like 2.5 hours or something like that?
It's like an hour and 45 maybe.
An hour 45.
Because now everyone else is out.
Yeah, everybody else is lost. So I think maybe we lost to Evan in doubles,
And Zeke.
and Evan and Zeke. We played you guys in doubles.
Right.
It was
that
like
was that
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Oh my
crazy
gosh,
tiebreak
man.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
second
it's
set,
nuts,
maybe.
yeah.
But whatever, we need somewhere to stay, and we're looking at the what is it, like hotline or whatever,
A hot wire.
hot wire, and it's Red Roof Inn for like $400.
$400.
Red Roof Inn
Crazy.
for two queen beds,
Yeah, that catches
400
my eye.
457.
Slap down
But
that
it's-
400.
Before taxes and fees.
Those pesky fees, man.
But it's that, or we drive home now at like 5 p.m. for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes from Naples back down to like Boca, and then drive back
In the morning.
in the mornings. We might play at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to drive back at, let's say, 7,
And I think you guys did play that match early. Like, you guys were first match.
We were first on at 9.
And they were starting matches early, yeah.
So we decided to stay at the Red Roof Inn.
Bro, I was sick to my stomach watching that match. That was a hard.
That was a crazy match.
God,
Dude.
76 in the third.
We were watching it together. Yeah, you were sweating.
right.
You were
So
sweating.
Evan and I shared a room with Jody that night, and Jody had to pay.
Thanks, Jody.
I think Evan and I paid more than Jody.
Obviously.
But he still paid like $100 to stay at a Red Roof Inn when he was
floor.
out of the tournament.
Yeah. What a beast. I would have been running home. I would have been running home to Boca, dude.
Because I drove us up there that week, so he didn't have a car to go back.
Catch me finding a way to get home, though. Anyway. That's crazy.
So yeah, that was how tough life can be at sometimes on the Futures Tour.
It was like that this year too. Like
It's like every week for me.
Yeah, every other week.
Anyway, it's nice to be back in my bed for a few weeks. So,
Of course.
yeah. Where were we just? Oh, last week in Notre Dame, I was on like the bed, the underneath bed. You know those beds that have like 2 beds.
Oh, the bunk bed?
I was kind of like a roll out bunk bed in the living room. My bed was just in the living room.
Like
You
in
fit
the
on
bed,
that?
Like in the bed, like a little pull
Yeah,
out.
that's like under the
Yeah.
I
A little
was
pull
just-
out.
I was just in the living room. My bed. So every morning, AJ's just grinding coffee at 7 a.m. in my bedroom.
AJ.
In your bed.
You're making coffee in my bed right
I'm
now.
sleeping and AJ's right there eating breakfast, like right next to me at 7
So
a.m.
funny.
Crazy.
So funny.
We had a question. So actually, should probably say thank you to Jonathan on our last YouTube video. He left a nice comment for us. We appreciate it. We appreciate the support. But he thought it would be interesting if we talk about the sport of tennis and how difficult it is. So it is. The question is tennis one of the most difficult sports to play at a high level, and why? And are there any misconceptions of why others think it's an easy sport?
Anybody have thoughts on that?
I have
I
a
mean,
lot of thoughts.
yeah, I think it's very difficult at the high level. They just make it look so easy on TV because they're so good at it. But I feel like that's also one of the reasons why tennis movies aren't very good. Because I feel like
It
it's
looks so
so
bad.
it's so hard to replicate a good tennis player if you're not a good tennis player. Whereas like maybe like basketball, you can still look good and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just feel like tennis, it's just. I
so
think it's
technical.
very difficult, yeah.
I think the hard thing about tennis is that it's everything. It's extremely technical. It's extremely mental and emotional. It's very physical. Like, I don't know, playing like how we train today in 100 degrees, probably 100% humidity. And
Yeah, I mean, dude.
And you're
11
running-
out of 10 on the UV index.
running side to side, full sprint, like coordination. Like it's everything. And on top of that, you're out there by yourself having to problem. Maybe now it's a little bit different at certain levels with the coaching, but even that is like minimum. It's minimal. It's not like in basketball where you have the timeout and it's like you really can talk to somebody. So I think, tennis is like one of those things that's like an ultimate test of everything in sport. I feel like, except for getting hit in the mouth, like
boxing?
Yeah, boxing or UFC or something. You know what I mean?
I agree with Evan about like how easy it looks because like you watch Djokovic and Federer and Nadal and you hear the commentators say how unbelievable these players are. So these guys are very strong, and like the big three and the pros that you see on TV, it doesn't do it justice of how difficult the sport actually is. And if you see in person, even like to see the ball on TV, you can't really see the flight of the ball.
I think there's a big difference between in person and on TV as well. Yeah,
I think your dad Zeke actually commented on one of the posts today and made a good point. Like seeing and hearing.
Toby Clark commented on.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Big social media.
Is that not your dad?
Well, I didn't see his comment.
What's his Instagram name?
Toby Clark.
Maybe not. I don't know. But
it could have been. Yeah. I would.
I believe it was
I'll
your
have to
dad.
ask
But the point was
Which
that the
video?
person said, huh?
Which video?
I don't know, one of the last ones.
Okay.
But the point was what the person said, what he said was that you get to see the spin of the ball in person. You get
He's
to
talked to me about
see-
that before. It very well could have been him.
Yeah, you get to see the spin of the ball. You get to see like the guys sliding around on hard court.
Is
and
it real Zeke ASA Izzy's dad?
No.
That's not Pups?
No, that's no. He's actually a good buddy of mine. They're
Okay.
big Illinois tennis supporters.
Ah, okay.
And
Is that not a picture of
lit-
Zeke in the thing?
Yes, dude. That's because
okay.
his son's named Zeke.
Oh,
And they're huge. They would come to all the Illinois tennis
Okay.
matches, and they live in Decatur. So that picture was in Decatur, Illinois. Like his son's a ball kid there. They'd come out to all of our matches. Like they love Kova
Yeah.
and all the other Illini guys.
Nice.
So that's a.
But I was
just a
saying
big
that
Illinois tennis
his
fan.
comment was a very
Yeah.
good one about like, because on TV you don't get to see it, but in live you get to see the spin of the ball, the shape, the sound of the ball, like hitting. Like some guys hit the ball and you hear it like clean off the strings, and you see them running around, sliding. How much effort they actually puts in. On TV you don't get to see it
No,
as
you don't.
much because the audio is not the same, the sound like of the ball is not the same. So
and I think it's sort of like golf in a sense. Like if you've never played it and you just watch it, it looks like whatever. But I think anybody who's ever went to try to hit a golf ball knows, oh, this is very hard to do.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You know what I mean? So I think anybody who's ever tried to play tennis is gonna be like, oh, I can see why that is so amazing what they're able to do. You know what I mean?
Not to knock on pickleball, but isn't that part of the reason why pickleball now is so successful? Because it's less physical and less technical than tennis would be. It's probably more fun to play for
That's a
someone.
knock.
Not to knock pickleball.
I'm just saying that I believe that that's.
No offense, but take this offense.
I just believe that how technical tennis is, because the way I see it is like, if let's say I'm 25, 35 years old, I've never played tennis before, and I pick up a racket to play tennis, how would I have fun if I'm making mistakes and not hitting the ball like how I want? Whereas like if I play basketball or play soccer, maybe I don't hit the ball. I mean, shoot a basketball or kick a soccer ball as good as the pros, but like a few will look good. You know?
You can play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're with a team. Like you could be on a soccer. You could be terrible, but you're playing with all your homies.
You can
know?
hide a
It's
little
like,
bit. You can.
yeah, right. Like, okay, I'm not playing well. If you're good, I mean, even if you're terrible, at least you're playing with maybe friends. Or,
Yeah.
it makes it a little bit more fun.
Exactly.
It can be a little bit more social.
Exactly. And I think, that's probably a big thing too. Like how, like what we talked about at the beginning of this conversation about like confidence throughout the season and that sort of stuff. That's something that people don't think about. That's probably what Breakpoint does a good job of showing on the Netflix series, like how much players think about. Like I would not expect these players to be thinking that way. Like
At least it makes us feel a little bit more like okay, what
They're
we're feeling
human too.
is normal. The guy who's making tens of $1 million a year is also they lose a tough match, and then they're having these doubts, and they're playing at the highest level. Like we're playing at this level, they're playing at this level, but they still think similarly at times. I think
It's all relative too, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Different presentations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That probably leads into the next question. What's the most important skill in tennis?
I feel like tennis is such a. Things have to line up. Like you can't just have one thing, you know. Like you can say the mentality is the most important thing, but if you can't hit a forehand, and I don't know, your second serve is super slow, you're probably still gonna get beat up on a lot. I mean, maybe it'll help you to deal with situations better than other people would, but you're gonna have like a bit of a ceiling probably. So I don't know. For me, it's a hard question to answer, but probably something to do with, I don't know,
For it sounds just like
mental, emotional sort of capacity to handle situations. Maybe.
that's what everybody says. Like, oh, tennis is 99% mental.
I don't know if that's true though, because you have to hit the ball.
Such a skill-based sport.
Exactly.
You have to hit the ball. But I do know that when your mind and your, I guess, emotions are in a good place, in a helpful place, you're able to hit the ball better and perform better. So like, even if your ability is a 10 out of 10 with a forehand, I know that if your mind is bad and you're negative, or if you're unfocused, you're gonna make a bunch of mistakes. Whether you're gonna be like tight, afraid to play, or you're gonna be anxious and you're gonna try to do too much, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So I would say nothing goes without the mind, but then at the same time, for me, the last couple of years, I've not been healthy. So for me, like, the most important skill in tennis would be to be available to play tennis, to be, you know what I mean? To not be hurt.
The best ability
Is availability, you know what I mean? So I think the most important thing in tennis is the thing that you lack.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
And clip that one time. Clip it.
Oh, Jet.
Oh, he's a philosopher now. Okay.
See you on Instagram.
Yes,
That's the end of the
yes.
episode.
Sit and ponder that one. What do I need? What do I not have?
I can't even drop this mic, bro.
Yeah, it's stuck, man. I wish I could. That's hilarious.
Do we have anything else to cover then before we roll? Anything anyone wants to talk about? We had the Instagram went a little crazy today. My the little rant I had last week with Oscar.
But that was nice. It was good to see that though. A little bit of debate. But what I will say is I think we're growing pretty fast on Instagram. I guess for what I expected. Like the last couple of weeks have been very good. Like I asked you if we would pass maybe 300 or 350 our last couple of days in San Diego, and you said 400 in the next couple of days, and I was like, nah. And then we're at 450 now, which is pretty cool with the followers on Instagram. But Jody took it upon himself to mention some of his more famous friends to try to see if they would share a clip, see if we could get some more eyes. I think like a cricketer, like a West Indies cricketer, Azari Joseph. I think he shared it. I think he has like 60,000 followers. Yeah. I think we lost the follower.
Sorry, dude. Oh,
Lost one.
your followers.
We lost the follower when he shared the clip. So if you do like the podcast,
but that just means that the people who like our stuff genuinely like our stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
We're producing.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Someone's sharing, you know.
So I'm trying to get to
cricket homie, like sharing the tennis pod. Like,
no love.
Dude, all 60K of this. Like, there's probably not one person who's ever picked up a racket and followed.
Yeah.
The thing is, they clicked the video because the video that he shared got like I would say maybe 500 to 1,000 more views or something than it had before. But they were just like I guess not appreciating the content.
The content, yeah. It's like why would I like it?
I guess what I would say is that if you are enjoying what we're doing, please, if you're okay with that, send it to people or put it on your story or, just share it around because it would help us a great deal.
Ask questions, comment.
Yeah, just
like
engage with us.
Actually,
Maybe we can do better with that.
The comments that we've gotten in the last couple of days on YouTube and Instagram have been very good.
Yeah.
So I feel like we'll have more. And also I've gotten a lot of DMs from people that I wouldn't necessarily expect that would be interested in listening to the podcast have reached out. So if you guys are genuinely liking it, feel free to message and say what you want to talk about. If you want to come on, if someone wants to come on, let us know because there are a lot of tennis players that follow us now that I didn't expect that would be interested. So I guess it's also good that we know that we're doing something that people enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not sure what the percentage is now with the YouTube, with the
subscribers.
Watchers to subscribers. But if you are watching the videos, please just subscribe. We'll have to get sponsored by somebody at some point.
It's not even.
It looks bad when it's.
To be honest, it's not. Just so you guys know, it's not even for us. Really, it's more for the guys editing our videos because we have a huge discount with these guys. So yeah, thanks to them also for having patience with us, for sticking with us for so long. It's been. You good?
Oh yeah.
He's dropping the mic now.
Dropped it.
A little bit delayed, but yeah.
He's doing it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's more for editing, so we can get the guys who are making this look so good what they deserve to get. So it will make everyone's job easier for us. But yeah, so next week we'll be here again, and then we're on the road. Some of us go to Canada. You boys go to Challengers, hopefully. Or you for sure, Zeke, hopefully.
I'll just kind of be floating.
But, yeah, Zeke, thanks for coming again.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on.
Any last words, anybody? No? All good? All right.
No, don't force it.
All right. All good. All right. Thanks for watching. See you all next week.